If I could sit down with my 25-year-old self, I wouldn't give him stock tips or shortcuts. I'd share the truths that took me decades to learn. This video is my honest reflection, not to dwell on regrets, but to help you avoid the same mistakes that quietly stole years from me. When you're 25, you feel like you've got all the time in the world. I remember thinking that way too. There was always tomorrow, always next year. But let me tell you something most young people don't hear enough. Life speeds up, and many of your biggest regrets are built in the background while you're busy looking ahead. One of my biggest mistakes was chasing approval. I cared far too much about what others thought, my parents, my friends, even strangers. I chose a career that impressed people rather than fulfilled me. I stayed in relationships because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. The irony is, all that effort to win approval didn't bring me peace, it drained me. Then there was my health. When you're young, you feel invincible. Skipping sleep, fast food, stress, it didn't seem like a big deal. But all of that adds up. What you do to your body in your 20s shows up in your 50s and 60s. I didn't move enough. I didn't stretch. I ignored the signs. And I paid for it later in ways I never imagined. Joint pain, fatigue, and a sense of decline that didn't have to be so steep. I also spent too much time waiting for the perfect time, waiting until I figured it all out. But here's the truth. There's never a perfect time. I should have started the business when I had the energy. I should have traveled while I had fewer responsibilities. I should have said yes more often to life and no more often to fear. Another silent mistake was neglecting relationships that really mattered. I focused on work, goals, and money, thinking they were the foundation of a successful life. But now at this stage, I've realized that the real currency of life is connection. The people who loved me, my parents, my siblings, my old friends, I let too much time slip between calls. Some of them are gone now, and I'd give anything for one more afternoon together. These aren't dramatic, movie-worthy regrets. They're quiet ones, the kind that sneak up on you, the kind that don't scream but whisper, "You could have lived more deeply." If I could go back to 25, I wouldn't try to be perfect. I'd just live more intentionally, more honestly, and more connected to what really matters. Looking back now, it's not just the mistakes that stand out. It's the missed opportunities to live better, love stronger, and prepare wisely. If I had the chance to rewind to 25, here are the 7 things I'd do differently without hesitation. Start investing early. Time is your greatest asset. I didn't understand compound interest in my 20s. I thought I had plenty of time to figure out money. What I didn't realize was that a single dollar invested at 25 is worth 5 times more than one invested at 45. I wasted valuable years thinking small. I'd start early, automate it, and forget about short-term gains. Take care of my body like it's my future home. Your body doesn't forget how you treated it. I skipped sleep, ate garbage, and never stretched a muscle. At 25, I felt fine, so I thought I was fine. But in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, the aches, fatigue, and limitations speak louder than ever. Health isn't just about living longer, it's about living well. I'd move every day, eat clean, and listen to my body. Choose a partner based on values, not just chemistry. At 25, I thought passion was everything. I was wrong. Passion fades, but shared values, kindness, and emotional safety, that's what endures. If I could speak to my younger self, I'd say, marry someone you admire, someone you'd still want to talk to at 75. Say no more often. I used to say yes to everything, to be liked, to avoid conflict, to not miss out. But every yes came with a hidden cost. My time, energy, and sometimes my self-respect. I'd learned to say no early and not apologize for it. Travel while you're free. You won't always have the health, time, or freedom to explore the world. I postponed travel for someday, and someday never came for many places I wanted to see. I'd tell my 25-year-old self to go now, even if it's not convenient. Experience is worth more than things. Never stop learning. After college, I thought I was done with learning. But real growth begins outside the classroom. I'd read more books, try more skills, take more risks. The people who keep learning never grow old inside. Speak my truth, even if it's uncomfortable. Too often, I stayed silent, swallowed feelings, avoided confrontation, played it safe. But nothing damaged me more than pretending to be someone I wasn't. I'd learned to speak clearly, kindly, and honestly. Truth clears your path, even when it shakes things up. If I could go back, I wouldn't strive to be richer, more popular, or more successful. I'd strive to be more present, more honest, and more aligned with who I really was. That's what I missed most. If you're still young, 25, 30, even 40, you might think these lessons are far away. But I promise you, life doesn't wait. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It just keeps moving. One day you look in the mirror and realize decades have passed, and you wonder, did I live or just exist? So let me speak to you as someone who's already walked that long road. You don't have to learn everything the hard way. You can choose to pause now, to reflect, adjust, and live with intention. You don't have to chase every trend. You don't have to prove anything to the world. You just have to learn to listen to that quiet voice inside, the one that already knows what really matters. Here's what I want you to remember. Success means nothing without peace. You can build an empire and still feel empty if you lose yourself in the process. People matter more than anything. Friends, family, mentors, even the strangers you pass every day, those connections will become your most treasured memories, not your bank account or resume. Your time is priceless. Spend it wisely. Don't give hours of your life to people or habits that drain you. Every tomorrow is not promised. Take more risks, not reckless ones, but bold ones. Ask for the job, start the project, say what you feel, go after the life you imagine. It's better to fail trying than regret never trying at all. Forgive yourself. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to say the wrong thing, hurt people, fall short. Own it, learn from it, then move forward. Don't carry guilt like luggage. It gets heavier with time. Most of all, remember this. You have more power than you think. The world may tell you you're not ready, not qualified, not important. Don't believe it. The world has always been shaped by people who dared to live differently. If I could give you one final piece of advice, it's this: live as if your older self is watching, because one day they will be, and they'll either thank you or wish you'd done it differently. I'm not here to judge your journey. I'm here to help you walk it with fewer regrets and more meaning. So take what speaks to you, leave what doesn't. But whatever you do, don't sleepwalk through this life. Wake up, be bold, be kind, and begin now.